Hello. In this example, we're going to look at reading a text file. And what we're going to do is learn how to sort the words in ascending order using the proper data structure. So, in here we have Rebel. We're looking at check exercise. Check exercise allows you to place a program into the editor, and then given an input, you can produce an expected output. This is an excellent teaching tool and helps students understand how to write programs efficiently and effectively. The number one problem that students face is reading instructions. So, as we work through this, we can see that we have an example here. Display words in ascending alphabetical order. We need to write a program that reads words from a text file and displays the words. Duplicates are allowed in ascending order. Here we can go ahead and reset, right? And this is the output from the program, right? The words. And here is our input. Just a simple text file. That's what we need to read in. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started here. Anytime that you write a program, always write your name. Okay? Set the date. Write your program name. Okay, now quick tip. The number one thing that you need to do whenever you're writing your program is plan out the steps. So here we have step 1. Read the text file. Step 2. Read the words from the text file. Step 3, add the words to a priority queue with a comparator to sort them alphabetically. Go ahead and add a new line. And then finally, step 4, print the words from the priority queue. All right, to begin this, we want to start our code by creating a class for this with the exercise 2001. So we'll do public class exercise 2001. Now we need to import a command line argument here. So anytime that we begin a Java method, we're going to start it with public static void main string args. Okay. And now if the argument length is not equal to 1, as in we have not passed in a file, then we want to print out a warning. So I'll add usage java temp.txt. Okay. Now you want to sort the words alphabetically, right? So we'll go up here and we'll grab our comment. We'll hold down the Alt key and we can move this down. And then we'll tab this in. Still haven't reached this point yet in the program. So why don't we go ahead and make a try-catch statement. And then we'll catch our exception. System.out.println invalid file. Okay, now we will sort the words alphabetically. This needs to take in the command line argument. Now we'll go ahead and add a method for this. So we need to have public static void sort words alphabetically string file. Okay. So still need to read the text file. But before we do that, we need to create a priority queue because we said we're going to add that. Priority queue equals new priority queue. And then we'll have a comparator that we'll make called word comparator. And in order to use this, we need to add that library. So go up here and we'll do import java.util.star. We also know that we're going to need a file, so we'll import java.io.file. We also know that we want to throw an exception if we're unable to read that file, so we need to import java.io.file not found exception. And then we need to import java.util.scanner to collect that input. Okay, now we'll go down here. We need to read that text file. So we'll throw a try catch. And the exception that we need to catch is if the file is not found. And in this case, if that file is not found, then we will print out an error occurred. Then we'll do e.stack, e.print, stack trace. Okay. So we still need to read that file. Press the Alt key here, slide over, and then tab this in. So we'll create a file object called words file. This is equal to a new file. And then we'll import the scanner as a reader equals new scanner words file. And then we want to print out the first part of our input. The words in the file are so we're reading the text file. Now we'll go ahead and we'll go grab step 2. Read the words from the text file. Okay. So while reader dot has next line, we'll run string word equals reader dot next line, and then system dot out dot print word that's a part of our input, right? That will print out the word in the order that we need to print it out in. And now we need to move step 3 down. So we'll highlight this. And we'll slide this down. Press tab. The editor allows us to tab that in. Right, now we'll catch our result equals q dot add word. So we have added that word to our priority queue. Now we need to close the file reader. Okay. So now we have a way of reading that file. We're catching the exception. We have set, a place where we're going to add that file, step 3. Now we need to move to step 4. So we'll throw a new line here to match the output. We'll move into step 4. Print the words from the priority queue. Okay. So now that we have reached the point where we've added everything into the queue, now we need to check to make sure that the queue is not empty. And what we'll do is we will pull the words from the queue since they're going to be alphabetically sorted. Okay. Now we just need to implement our comparator. So we'll create a comparator interface here. In the comparator, we need to override the compare method. So we'll add an @override, public int compare string word 1 string word 2. Okay. Now if w1.char @0, the first character, is greater than w2.char @0, as in the first word's beginning character is greater than the second word's character, we will return -1. Else, if w1.char @0 is less than w2.char @0, we're going to return 1. Otherwise they're equal, and in that case we'll just return 0. Okay. So let's compile this and make sure this works. Right, so please define your class as exercise 20.01. Check that. Okay, so we need to just adjust one thing here, illegal start of a class. Okay, so we have public class word comparator. Public class word comparator implements this. So we have an error here, @override, @override. Okay, identifier expected. So we have implements, small typo there. You can see that the keyword syntax is highlighted now. It's compiled successfully. All right. This is compiled successfully. So now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take the code from check exercise, and we'll go into Visual Studio Code and we'll create a new file, or an editor of your choice. Create a new file, place the code in it. So in this case, I've done that in Visual Studio Code. Here we can see that I've placed in Visual Studio Code, and then to compile it, I can just go ahead and run .java. Go ahead and clear this. The command that you need to run here is java c-d, and then dot, and then exercise 20.java. These are just some warnings. Now I can run java exercise 2001 and then file name.txt. My file name.txt has the words in it. As you can see, it's good morning, Saturday, Friday morning. Okay, the words in the file are listed here. And now if we go back here, we can go ahead and compare this. So the words in the file are good morning, Saturday, Friday morning, and then Friday, good Monday, Saturday morning. Alright, thank you for watching this.